I'd like to introduce the Tyrants in Therapy.
Good evening. We are the Tyrants in Therapy, and I know that we look like glamorous nightclub entertainers.
That's because we are.
But do you know we have an altruistic vein to us?
We sure do, Tyrant Michael. During the day, we teach English as a second language.
Correctamundo. And we wrote this next song to teach our foreign students how to avoid awkward social situations.
The Tyrants met in a Brazilian mental hospital where they had been committed by their parents. For reasons we won't go into at this time. Doctors saw encouraging signs of progress when the pair took an unauthorized leave of absence. They surfaced 6 months later in Hollywood.
How are things going on with you in Hollywood?
I got in a movie,
What movie is that?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind?
Yes.
The sequel?
No, the original. I paid a man some money on Hollywood Boulevard, and he spliced me into every one of the prints.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Digitally set into that set.
That's right.
But Michael, that's not fair to movie makers since 1920. Everybody could do that and say and claim to the world, look, I was cast in Gone in the Wind.
I was also in Lawrence of Arabia.
Let's stop this conversation.
Before that, I was in Ben-Hur.
Let's go to a different subject.
In the morning,
You get me horny
don't say words like that, Disneyland.
in my pants.
Don't say words like that, erection.
Rejection.
Don't say words like that, religion.
Dead pigeon.
Don't say words like that. Salvation.
Masturbation.
Don't say words like that, copulation.
Frustration.
Don't say those words.
Injection.
I think I'm pregnant.
Oh, don't say words like that.
Gay pride.
Suicide.
Don't say those words. Don't say words like that to me. Who the hell do you think you are to tell me how to think or be? Your place.
Sit on my face.
You can't say words like that. Running jumps.
Cunning stunts.
Name droppers.
Cherry poppers.
Don't say words like that. Hot smoker.
Karaoke.
Don't say words like that to me. Who the hell do you think you are? Don't you say those words like that. Who the hell do you think you are? Tell me how to think or be. Hot pink Slurpee.
Herpes.
Don't say words like that. I'm wasted.
Get naked.
Ooh. Pussy whips.
Silicone tits.
Don't say words like that. Your hairpiece.
Tyrants in Therapy.
It's all a load of crap.
I think you gave me the clap.
You can't say words like that. Your penis.
It's a kosher
Oh,
wiener.
really, how can we be sure? Sell your soul.
Getting old.
Don't say words like that. Why don't you kiss my tush?
Barbara Bush.
Fudge packers.
Hackers.
Cunnilingus.
French kisses.
My fingers.
In your knickers.
Adolf Hitler.
Gefilte.
Dead bimbos.
Red pimples.
Caucasian.
Alienation.
Baby boomers.
Brain tumors.
Withdrawal.
Move your
You
bowels.
can't say words like that. In the morning, I'm horny.
I've noticed.
Disneyland.
In my pants.
Religion.
Dead pigeon.
Gay pride.
Suicide. inside.
Hot smoker
Karaoke.
erection.
Wait a minute. You can't say words like that, can you?
Oops.
Why do you keep fixating on that particular subject?
Because that particular subject means so much to me and the rest of the world.
I wish you were here in Argentina. Alas, I know that is not possible.
I'm coming next week
I see.
for your funeral.
It is just my monitor, or do you have the bloom of love in your cheek? You are the most important person here.
That's what I figured.
There has been a sensitive issue that has been troubling you for many months. Tell me what this is.
It's about my pants. They don't fit over my shoulders.
Tyrant Michael, the pants do not have to fit over your shoulders.
Oh, wait a second. I'm from the southern hemisphere, and when I moved to the north, everything...
Oh my God, you guys. They have been such a great audience. You guys are wonderful.
I agree, except for that guy over there with his date.
That's not a date, that's a fig.
Are you telling me I don't know my fruits?
We've discussed this before, Tyrant Michael. You sometimes do get them mixed up.
What the hell is going on out there?
Oh, wait a minute. Haven't you heard the news?
What news? Oh my God, let me get some tools of the trade.
Well, you know, if you didn't know about that, then they may not know about it, so maybe I should fill them in? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement to make. Please try to remain calm and seated. Sex is back. It's running hot and cool. Like a pussy cat stretching his back by the side of a swimming pool. Sex is back. Technically, it never went away. But now it's come out of the underground, and it looks like sex is here to stay. Sex is back. It's on the front page, too. Some young housewife rediscovered it on aisle 7, right there next to the air and the food. Sex is back. I thought that it had disappeared. But some people are saying that you just can't keep a good thing down, and they're calling it the comeback of the years. Sex is back, and it's not just for cats and fits. People have reported that they're serving sex as an a la carte dish. Sex is back. If the president can, that means that every boy and every girl and even your old man can. What is this thing called sex, Tyrant Michael? We turn to you to make it clear. Is it a man who stands around fondling his fruit-shaped maracas in public, shamelessly grinning from ear to ear? I was right. The whole time I was right, and you pretended not to know. You and your freak fetish. Sex is back. It just hauled off and came out of the woods. And the really weird thing about it is that even the Republicans are starting to say that sex is good. And if you haven't heard that sex is back, your head's gotta be stuck in the sand. And if you don't know that sex is back, well, I simply have to make you understand. That's right. Sex is back. Sex is back. My advice to you is to lock up your doors and families, wear loose-fitting clothing, and maybe the whole thing will pass you by. Otherwise, you might find yourself in the arms of some stranger saying things like, party-woo, and and the reason is, that's right, you've been warned. Sex is
Your parents have given me permission to ask you some very sensitive questions. Are you okay with that?
Can I see the questions first? Are they going to be in English?
Yes, they will be certainly in English.
Will they have words that begin with A?
I don't think so.
Okay, then you can ask away.
Question number 1. Do you have multiple personalities?
Who wants to know?
I want to know.
Why?
Because I am your healer.
You are my healer?
Yes.
Oh. No, I don't have multiple personalities.
I see. Question number 2. How is your sex life?
None of your business.
Question number 3. Did you know your mother well?
I've been to therapy a lot. Are you sure you're not a duck?
No, I'm not a duck.
What was that quacking I heard when you walked in the room?
No, that was my neighbor.
If I could see your feet, if you had webbed feet, then I'd be more reassured that you weren't of the duckish persuasion.
It is not pleasant to ask questions like this, but ask it I must. Do you have a wife? Or a girlfriend?
Yes, a girlfriend that comes in from time to time.
Oh?
And she also dusts.
So you are actually using her?
No, she likes to do windows. She says the Windex gives her vigor.
Do you have some friends?
Yes, I have some friends.
What kind of friends do you have?
They live next door. The Schlumpmeisters are my friends. Shelley Schlumpmeister and Shelley Schlumpmeister, man and wife. They're both named Shelley, and they're both Schlumpmeisters.
I am very glad to hear you are making friends.
I hate them. They're miserable people, especially that man.
I see.
He has smelly feet. His nose is always running. I told him he was built upside down, and his wife has two redeeming qualities, this one and that one.
I see. Millions of people are watching. You cannot do this.
Millions of people are
Yes.
watching my therapy session? Why?
It's beneficial to everyone who is having the same problem as you have.
They should have seen my Ophelia.
My next report to your parents will indicate that you have entered a new dimension of your psychodynamic issues. In fact, my colleague in Munich has verified that the last reported case of such grandiose entitlement occurred 300 years ago and pertained to the French King Louis XIV.
I had some intimation of it when I wanted to eat escargot 3 times a day.
I see.
I don't believe anything you say. I believe that you have wings and webbed feet. And when you talk, you don't speak words, but maybe do something.
I see. Why do you think that Abby named one of her multiple personalities Bugzelle?
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it brief.
Thank you. We are the Tyrants in Therapy, and I am the Tyrant Michael. And this tall, dark, lovely creature right next to me is the very talented Abby, who also happens to be a multiple personality. Certain words can change her personality, so sometimes, just for fun, I'll say one of them. Bikini.
Who called the George Washington impersonator?
I didn't know you were so into American history, Bugzelle.
I didn't know you were into wooden teeth.
Wait a second. George Washington was the father of his country.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how long and powerful and successful his Jocko must have been?
Are you trying to fill my mind with pictures of an old dick?
Not your mind, Bugzelle, your mysterious pleasure pal. I propose that later on, with a video camera running, I take my Jocko out and snake him around your legs, up your armpits, through your curvaceous and white breasts, around your neck, through your nose, and into your brain.
You are sick. You are sick and delusional. What makes you think you're going to get within 10 feet of me? Look at that boy walking down the street, sniffing like a dog on the trail of some meat, checking out her boobs, checking out her buns. Fathers, what have you done to your sons? Everywhere you go, there's a boy that stares, trying to put you through change with that double-dare look that says, listen, bitch, your luck has changed, babe, this is it. But boy, my news is cold for you. Those rumors you heard they ain't true. Girls don't want to be made to crawl. When you've seen one, you've seen them all. Isn't that right, ladies?
I beg to differ with you.
You can beg all you want.
Bugs are the things that ducks eat. Elle is a French word that means she.
Right?
If there was a female duck and it saw some bugs, it would eat it. Bring it back to her chicks, regurgitate, and they would grow stronger, and maybe one of them would become a doctor like you.
Boy, hey, grow up, boy. You show up, boy. You're such a boy. Checking out our legs, checking out our lips. Haven't you ever seen a pair of tits? Who the hell you think you're looking at, boy? Talking at my face, but staring at my chest. Dude, your moves just don't impress. As a matter of fact, you'll never get me undressed.
You want to bet?
I took a long trip to a little town. Had to ditch dirty distance from those homeboy clowns. But everywhere you turn, it's the same sad situation. Cause them Casanova wannabes try to slam their slimy make on me. They think they're cooler than 50 billion Frenchmen.
60 trillion.
The trouble with boys is they never listen. They just try to beat down a girl's resistance. If the suckers use their heads a little more, boys wouldn't have to work so hard to score. Boy, get lost, boy. Don't need no boy. Check it out. Boys seem to have them a secret code. The way they walk and the way they shout.
Yo.
It's a boyish thing they just never seem to outgrow.
Why should we?
Like a Tommy gun, ready to unload. Like a ticking time bomb that's so ready to explode on the whole entire female population. For the life of me, I can't understand why mamas can't build them a better man. It's the same for all the classes and the races. Why can't they start a vocational school? Take all the boys who act like fools, teach them some manners and teach them some rules, show them what it really means to be cool. Boy, ordinary boy, you're hopeless boy. Ding dong, I think it's your turn to talk.
Well, I saw your name on the toilet wall. I took your number down, I shot your call. I thought I'd grab a little bit. You wouldn't even let me touch your tits. So I took you home to meet my mom. You said my dad was the bomb and you were having a three-way with him and the dog under the table.
You know, I always thought that Bugzelle is some thought out name from I don't know where.
It was a family name from Argentina, some Jewish people from Eastern Europe who made borscht, and they started to lose their fortune because in Argentina people didn't want to eat borscht, so they started to raise bugs so they could feed the ducks.
Here we go again.
All of my experience is that every boy carries on like this. It's a fact of life, so girls, we must expect it.
Accept it.
But those boyish charms get kind of boring when all the guy can say is me so horny.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Oh, you think so?
Boy,
You know, I'll tell you something. If you would be so kind as to listen to the voice of reason, trying to inhabit the feminine sphere that you think is so great. Because Jocko
Inhabit
could turn
it?
anybody's head around. You know how? Because
I don't wanna guess.
folded himself in half and became as tall as the Empire State Building.
and then what? There was a demolition that came along and knocked him into pieces?
Well, yeah, but
I think you should go drive your car.
what car?
You're autoerotic.
Where?
Off a bridge.
What would happen if Bugzelle Cohen and Sophia Zoftigkova should meet?
I had a camera in the shower room, and they didn't either one of them know that the other was going to take the shower. They were very, very good friends, let me tell you.
I never heard this.
It's on YouTube.
Both of them are my patients.
Really? When they have picnics, they have something called Cabeza coleslaw. I said, what is that? They said, oh, we take a bunch of cabbage heads and... What would you call it when somebody sees a cabbage and the first thing they do is urinate on it?
That's awful. Now, let's talk about a different subject. I heard that you have florophobia. Pathological fear of flowers and plants. How does your florophobia manifest itself?
Achoo! Whenever I see a flower, or a plant, I can't even speak.
No, Michael, that's flower and plant.
That too, I hate them. I won't look at them. They won't look at me, and we don't like each other.
There are different types of plants, so-called flesh-eating plants, and there are those miniature plants. So you are afraid of every one of them?
Yes.
But how you can be afraid of a plant which is about ½ inch high from the ground?
Because plants can go everywhere. They've gone everywhere, and they will go everywhere. They could be growing in your ear right now, in your brain, in your nostrils, under your soles of your feet.
What do you think the flowers will do to you?
They would harm me by being more beautiful than I was.
That is really a verifiable fact.
Well, it's hard to live with it, but I'll try.
And I see you next time. We have to end this session.
Is that all you have to say?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Do you have a salutation that you usually say by the end of a session?
Bye.
Bye what?